Straight ahead in this week's Working Woman Report, she spent decades representing some of the biggest names in the music biz. Now she's launched a whole new career, dressing pampered pups in style. Plus, we'll introduce you to the top mama who's teaching some of Hollywood's hottest celebrities how to glow during pregnancy. And meet the woman who finds sweetness in the details and sends them out one dessert at a time. What's your idea? If you're ready to change your life and start making your passion work for you, listen up. The Working Woman Report is here to help, and it starts right now. Welcome to this week's edition of the Working Woman Report. I'm Allison Hahn. We kick things off with a woman who spent decades working as a publicist for some of the biggest names in the music industry, including Russell Simmons, Kanye West, Iggy Pop, and The Cure. But in 2009, she left that life behind to cater to some seriously pampered pets. Here's a look at why some couture-loving canine owners can't get enough of her high-end fashions.
When Jody Miller left the music business after 30 years, she decided to go back to school to study another passion, fashion design. Her dream, or rather plan, was to create a high-end clothing line for women.
And I just had learned how to sew. I never knew how to sew before. So I made a practice coat for Sophie, my little Portuguese Podengo, who was a puppy at the time.
That little practice coat she made for Sophie became a big hit in her neighborhood, where people were repeatedly stopping her on the street and telling her to please make more.
And then they would say, "You should do this, you're talented." And I was like, yeah, right. I'm gonna do women. And I just kept hearing this over and over again. And finally, it was like, an aha moment.
Jody thought about it. Why did she have to create a line for women? By designing for dogs, she could spend all day with her favorite gal, Sophie, designing everything she ever loved and wanted. It was all set. She would call it Couture by Sophie.
Things just unfolded very naturally. You know, when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, it's like things just happen. And they did.
Her first collection, The Icons, pays tribute to Jody's music career and taps the hottest trends from the runway. Of course, there's the Jennifer for J-Lo, the Cher, baby zebra patterns and plenty of studs, the Cindy, the Whitney, the Britney, the Sid, oh, and you can't forget the Elvis.
So I wanted to take a career that really brought me so much and was so interesting and marry it to what I was doing now, and this made perfect sense.
In the spirit of true luxury fashion houses, Couture by Sophie uses only the finest fabrics with extraordinary attention paid to detail and fit. New pieces inspired by the runway are unveiled each season, and all materials used are cruelty-free.
It's not everybody. I think for people that care about how they turn themselves out, they also want their dogs to be turned out. And it could be something as simple as a little haute collar. I call them haute collars. It's a little shirt collar for dogs in all different fabrics. Or it could be a little coat, or it could be a little tee, or it could be the collar and leash that they use, or the bag they carry a little dog around in.
So what's Jody's advice for other women who may want to change gears and start their own business?
Persevere, be patient, try and think through as much as you can, decide who you want to be, who you want your audience to be, and play to that. You can diversify later, but really solidify your base and promote, promote, promote.
And that's exactly what Jody was up to at the star-studded Golden Globe Awards. She brushed shoulders, or should we say paws, with Hollywood royalty and presented her line of products in one of the gifting rooms at the award show. To learn more about where you can find Jody's chic creations, just visit our website, workingwomanreport.com. Well, you heard it from Jody. One of the biggest keys to success is promote, promote, and more promotion. And that's where our next working woman comes in. She's an empowerment coach with a no-apologies approach to branding. And she helps entrepreneurs ranging from authors to fashion moguls not only find their voice, but make sure that it's heard.
Live a life with no apologies. It's a phrase Michelle Gelati uses often.
so when we are clear on what it is that we are and you know what it is that we stand for, everything just becomes so much easier. So the branding process for me is really just a filter to really help women become essentially more confident.
It's that ease Michelle is transferring over into her company, Michelle Gelati International, a branding, coaching, and empowerment agency. She tells us her methods focus on a no apologies approach to branding by infusing your personality into your company.
What is it that makes you happy, and inject more of that into the business? Because if you're happy, if you're truly happy, it's so much easier to present a charismatic brand. It's so much easier to have people lean in and want to know more about what you're doing.
For the past 12 years, Michelle and her team have traveled the world, assisting big-name companies and campaigns like Nike and the Got Milk campaign. But she says it's her work to empower and support women that is her true passion. With each company road trip, she posts video blogs on her website that are sent out to female entrepreneurs.
Find your business, or better yet, your brand's truth, because truly what your business is a brand.
Her 5 keys to success and to developing a charismatic brand start off with exactly that. Number 1, authenticity. Make sure what you do and say is in alignment with your own values and those of your clients. Number 2, personality. Create a brand with charisma. Ask yourself if your product is authentic, unique, and shareable. Number 3, consistency. Be relentless in your consistency throughout. That includes the spoken word, written word, and all of your visuals. Number 4, happiness. Michelle says there's not a successful entrepreneur out there who wouldn't tell you that doing what you love and selling what you love is key. And lastly, number 5, remembering your truth or your purposeful why. She says knowing and sharing why you're in business will connect you with your audience in a way that moves and motivates.
As women entrepreneurs, we really have everything that we need inside of us right now to create that stellar brand. And that, that's our authenticity. So it's, branding is not technical. It's really just about, taking the time to work on our businesses and to really just be mindful and get clear around who we are, what we stand for, and really presenting that. Using branding is almost like a playing field of self-expression.
Michelle also draws from personal experience to work with moms. After suffering from postpartum depression after the birth of her son, she created Walking Momtra. The movement is all about empowering moms with the mental and physical tools they need to get healthy and stay healthy. For more information on all of Michelle's pursuits, just visit our website, workingwomanreport.com. We're just getting started here in this week's Working Woman Report. She started out making stationery for friends on her home computer. Today, she runs a major design company out of a 40,000 square foot warehouse. We'll introduce you to the mom who is creatively carving out an empire, one special gift at a time. Plus, you'll meet the mama who's teaching celebrity mamas to be how to glow while they're expecting. Stay with us.
I wanted to start a business that I was passionate about, something I absolutely enjoyed and believed in.
I was doing the corporate grind, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green. My name's Steve Allen. I run Rad Cab in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We do pedicabs and mobile outdoor advertising. I love being social, talking to people.
A lot of confusing stuff when you start a business. When I go in and talk to my store mentor, he really helps me sort it all out, and we just get organized. And when I go home, I feel confident about what's going on. It really feels amazing to create jobs here in my city.
It's incredibly awesome. I love to show it off.
If you get a solid foundation for your business laid, everything else falls in place. SCORE has absolutely been the most invaluable resource that I've had from day one.
For free.
I could not imagine doing anything else.
Get your free business mentor at score.org.
Welcome back to the Working Woman Report. I'm Allison Hans. We continue with a story about a science teacher who changed career paths after the birth of her first son. Today, she helps some of Hollywood's hottest celebrities glow through their pregnancies. Meet the maternity maven who wants to help all moms-to-be feel their best when they're expecting.
When Latham Thomas heard her friends complaining about their pregnancies, she really didn't know what they were talking about. For Latham, being pregnant was awesome. She says she'd never felt better. In fact, she was glowing.
And I was like, gosh, like, why are they talking about it? Like, I'm having an amazing time. I feel really good. Like, guys are hitting on me and I'm pregnant. I kind of like this. And I felt amazing.
Of course, Latham was taking great care of herself at the time, diligently researching a proper diet, finding out the best ways to exercise while pregnant, and connecting with her spiritual side so that she could sustain a healthy pregnancy.
Green leafy vegetables definitely help your skin glow, your nails and hair, balances your blood sugar levels, which keeps your mood stable. So a lot of people get really moody when they're pregnant. That's one thing that I implement right away.
After the birth of her son, Latham decided she didn't want to go back in the classroom to teach science, but she did want to teach. So instead, she started sharing what she had learned during her pregnancy with other moms-to-be. At first, it was simply out of her home.
I actually started, if you would imagine, like in my living room. My son was small. Women were coming and asking, like, well, how is it that you only gained 14 pounds during your pregnancy? And how is it that you breastfed for 2 years? And all these things. And I sort of helped women in like a hobby kind of fashion at first.
But she soon realized her advice, knowledge, and support were much more than a hobby. Her work had the makings of a great business. Soon, Mama Glow was born.
Mama Glow is a boutique lifestyle brand for women. We offer holistic wellness services for busy city moms that just want to have a fabulous pregnancy and a really beautiful birth.
So whether it's helping women decide what to eat, how to exercise, or what they need to do to prepare mentally to give birth, at Mama Glow, Latham is standing by as the cool, calming presence every step of the way.
And what's so incredible is if we allow ourselves to really be fully engaged in the process and feel empowered in this time in our lives, that we can transform ourselves. Imagine if you walk out of that birth and you know you can think you can do anything after you've done something like that. And that's what I want women to walk away with, this kind of glow power, like, you know, really radiating this energy that they are powerful in the world.
To learn more about Latham and Mama Glow, just head over to our website, workingwomanreport.com. Our next working woman certainly made the most of her pregnancy. When doctor's orders put her on bed rest before the birth of her twins, she came up with the idea for her business. Today, she is one of the best-known mompreneurs around.
The block party has only gotten bigger for Erin Condren, the creator of Erin Condren Designs. And the dancing? Even more fun after she began making and selling holiday cards and stationery, which eventually spawned her own website.
In 2005, my husband and I realized after that first 2004 crazy Christmas season, we might be onto something here.
And onto something she was, along with her name and email address scrawled all across her works of art.
And so friends would say, well, yeah, I'll pay you. Will you do my holiday card? So it really started like that, and paper is so insanely viral. So I just at the time had my email address on the back, and a friend would order 100 cards, and I'd say, I'm gonna print her 200 cards. So then that was where I realized, wow, this is how marketing can start without spending any money.
Word quickly spread for Erin as she first designed and printed everything herself at home before developing a staff and eventually moving her ever-growing company into a large printing warehouse. But things didn't always move so smoothly for Erin. Before finding super success with the stationery business, her first business, an apparel line, was hit hard after 9/11 when several investors backed out. The business later folded. At the time, she was pregnant and on bed rest.
So at that point, I had little babies. They were only 6 weeks old when this sort of, everybody's world fell apart. And I thought, well, what am I gonna do?
But with her young family, she tells us, inspiration struck. She started designing, cutting, printing, and creating. And now her company is a nationwide success, with never-ending ideas on how to personalize and stylize anyone's life.
So this product literally is something that...
She shows us which products she's most proud of and which ones have become most successful.
The tops are patterns, there's bows tissue, so you can have zero creativity or style and put together a gorgeous package.
Thousands of requests flood into Erin's company monthly for her top-selling items. And through it all, she says she remains thankful for now having a company that allows her to be herself and encourages others to do the same.
Erin says her husband Hillary, who works as a restaurateur, is a huge help when it comes to the balancing act. From day one, she says he has been amazing and shares many responsibilities inside the home, and that's helped her to succeed outside the home. For more information on Erin Condren and her products, simply head to our website, workingwomanreport.com. Don't go anywhere. More Working Woman Report is coming up. Next, you'll meet the woman who figured out how to add picture-perfect designs to cakes and cookies. We'll let you in on the secret to her sweet success. And while everyone deserves their indulgences, we'll see what one fitness expert keeps in her fridge to feel less guilty about the time she gives in to her sweet tooth. Stay with us.
How do people end up making movies and being on the Oscars and doing this stuff?
I've always thought in the back of my mind that I wanted to produce.
I have a lot of ideas. Getting them out to the people is something that I would love to see happen.
Finding well-trained crew has never been easier with the Made in New York PA training program. The program helps economically disadvantaged New Yorkers enter the film industry. Starting with 5 weeks of training, students are taught everything from the tools of the trade to gaining life skills necessary to make it in a tough industry. After training, students enter a 2-year career development phase where they receive career counseling and are placed in paid production jobs around the 5 boroughs.
It's a program that just will build friendships and mentors and just give you just a proper foundation forward.
Check out their website for more on the Made in New York PA training program. Learn how to jumpstart your career with free training and opportunities around the city.
I got into business as a hobby. I wasn't really thinking seriously. I said, somebody needs to teach me so I don't go bankrupt. So I went to a store and I met Terry. I talked to her about my party business. This woman understands what I'm saying. There are people with amazing knowledge right there and free. My table linen entertained the First Lady and the Russian First Lady. That's good enough for me.
Get your free business mentor at score.org.
You're watching Working Woman Report. I'm Allison Hans. Whether you run your business or run the household, staying healthy is a great way to take on whatever the day has in store for you. Of course, what you eat is a big part of following a healthy lifestyle. Let's head to the kitchen with Laura DeAngelis for some expert advice on a few easy food fixes.
Hey everyone, I'm Laura DeAngelis. If you're doing all you can to add fitness to your life, kudos to you. Just remember, healthy eating and exercise go hand in hand. So today I'm going to share a few food fixes that help me stick with a healthy diet. First and foremost, a little preparation goes a long way. Make a list before you go to the grocery store and don't go food shopping when you're hungry. Make sure there are plenty of fruits and veggies on your list, and once you get them home, add a little more prep time to the menu. I spend some time every Sunday chopping veggies and putting them in individual containers so I can grab one every day to add to my lunch menu or on the go for a healthy snack. Want to know what other filling healthy foods are always in my fridge? Fat-free Greek yogurt. I love it for breakfast with berries and raw almonds or anytime as a snack. Hard-boiled eggs. They're great for a quick lunch with a side of those veggies I've already prepped. 100-calorie wheat slims and almond butter. This is probably my favorite pre-workout snack, especially when I slice a banana on top. And in my freezer, you'll always find frozen fish, chicken, and lean meats. I take one portion out to defrost in the morning and pair it with a bag of frozen veggies for dinner. I leave you with this final thought. When you eat well, you have more energy for your workouts and for all your other daily activities. That's why a healthy diet and exercise are the perfect pair when it comes to helping you with your goals to have fun, be fit, and feel fabulous.
For more of Laura's simple tips on how to follow a healthy lifestyle or to connect with her blog, just check out our website, workingwomanreport.com. Of course, certain times in life definitely call for cake. When our next working woman added an unusual ingredient to traditional desserts, she ended up launching a booming business. Here's a look at the cakes and cookies that call for a serving of technology.
The idea for U-Cake came about pretty simply. A little boy wanted a very specific birthday cake.
He wanted to have a Thomas the Tank Engine cake with personal photo. And nobody could really do both. They could do one or the other, but they couldn't sort of combine or do any kind of custom design.
So Carolyn pulled from her technology background and came up with a software program that would allow her to create the custom design the little boy wanted. But the Thomas the Train cake was just the beginning.
It's one of those questions that if you were asked, why do you do this, you can't really answer it. It just sort of happened, and I couldn't think of having it any other way.
Soon, Carolyn was using the software program to create all types of custom toppers for cakes, cookies, and even cupcakes. The imagery and details she created were precise, right down to the meticulous lines on this cookie's QR code, which can be scanned before it's eaten.
How does this work?
Well, you take your smartphone and then you use the QR code app, and then you scan it, and it'll take you to either a Facebook page, a website, or a site photo page.
And if you're looking for a special cookie or cake, U-Cake will print any custom design on edible paper on a food-grade printer using edible inks. And if you want to get really artsy, they even sell these do-it-yourself cookie coloring party kits.
You use edible markers to color it in, and then we provide icing that you can just put around the border, and then the kids can then do sprinkles and little jumbo stars and other things like that. We've done as young as from like 1 to 4. Oh. And so the parents are there and the kids just scribble all over it, and then they put icing all over it. And
love it.
So you don't have to stay in the lines, is my point.
You can be wild.
Exactly.
You know, my princess is going to be a redhead. I'm just going for it. While the cookies and cakes have been a big hit with kids, the edible items have grown in popularity with adults. Many companies are finding the cookies to be a great way to brand themselves at trade shows, promotional events, and other gatherings.
If you've got an idea and a passion and something that is fun for you to do, then you just need to do it. And to really kind of take the time to set it up the way that you want to set it up. A lot of times we sort of rush into things and we don't really think about how it's going to evolve over time. And so that's my biggest advice to women businesses, is to really think about the systems that you want to put in place rather than just jump into sales and marketing and that sort of thing.
Like many entrepreneurs, Carolyn works out of rented space provided by her community's Economic Development Corporation. There are many low-cost kitchen or office space incubators available for budding bakers and business owners. A great place to check out what's available is the NBIA, which stands for the National Business Incubation Association. To learn more about what resources can help you, just head to our website, workingwomanreport.com. We have all the information you need on where to turn and how to get started. Well, that wraps up this edition of the Working Woman Report. Be sure to connect with us in the social media world. You'll find us on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram. And of course, there's always our website, workingwomanreport.com. Tune in next time for more fantastic tips and ideas from our fabulous women. Who knows? Maybe you're next. See you then.